They're not the rich and famous. Their profit comes not from the thing they sell, but the good they do. Our nation has more than 1.5 million nonprofits that employ 1 out of 10 Americans, providing services that otherwise go unfulfilled, keeping our community connected when all else fails. But nonprofits often lack the tools to properly promote themselves, to inspire more donors and volunteers and clients to their cause. That's where I come in. I've been in the nonprofit world for nearly 20 years. I connect nonprofits with marketing professionals who donate their time and expertise so that, at the end of the day, these life-giving organizations can do more, do better, by creating more, that's right, buzz. For 90 years, the Grandin Theatre has been screening independent, classic, and blockbuster movies created by filmmakers from around the world. But what most folks don't realize is that since 2016, the Grandin has also been producing its own cutting-edge and award-winning movies through an after-school program called Film Lab. To kick off season 3 of Buzz, I am thrilled to present this special 1-hour episode that not only stars the Grandin Theatre Film Lab, but is being produced by the Grandin Theatre Film Lab. The Grandin has been home to all of the watch parties that we have hosted during our first 2 seasons of Buzz. Now it's my turn to give the Grandin some buzz of its own by featuring for the first time on this public television station some of the Grandin's filmmakers and films, such as this one that first captured my heart for this very special nonprofit.
Stop bullying me. Everybody's bullying me.
I'm not bullying
Yes,
you.
you were. You said it was nonsense.
From the time we are children, we are inspired by the stories we see in films. So much so that we wonder, is there a story I need to tell? But for young, aspiring filmmakers, they may not know how to get started. The Grandin Theatre Film Lab is a nonprofit experiential after-school program that teaches filmmaking to high school-age students. Through a combination of classroom curriculum and hands-on experiences, students develop skills as writers, actors, directors, producers, engineers, editors, and more. Film Lab students work together in screenwriting, directing, cinematography, lighting, sound mixing, post-production, marketing, and everything in between as they strive to foster creativity as young, aspiring artists. Film Lab challenges students to collaborate and build confidence, leadership, and social skills as they find their voice working together and engaging their community. The Grandin Theatre Film Lab, helping today's youth find their voices through the cinematic arts. The Grandin Theatre Foundation, more than just a movie theater.
Quiet on set.
Scene 3, take 2. Action!
I'm Brent Stevens. I've done all sorts of things for the Film Lab. I helped to start it. I've taught in it. I've been an actor in several productions over the years, and I've even painted the walls of the new facility. Well, the Grandin Theater is a big part of my story. I used to go out, come and watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show with sort of the nerd kids back in the day. I was here when we shut down. I saw, ironically, a David Lynch film that I was writing my dissertation on, Mulholland Drive. And the Grandin was so poor, it was November, and they couldn't afford the heating. So I was watching it in my coat, just freezing. And then they shut down, and of course, then the city revived them. And of course, under Ian's tutelage, it's thrived. And I don't ever want to feel that again. I want this place to thrive because, not just for personal reasons, but I don't want to live in a city that doesn't have an art house cinema.
So when I was fortunate enough to get this
opportunity to take over the executive directorship of the Grandin Theater in August of 2014, I had been at the Jefferson Center for nearly 5 years. When I was over there, I got a great opportunity to see how a firsthand experiential model works. It was a quick and easy thought when I got here, was to say, why can't we replicate this model in every way? And instead of putting instruments in their hands, we'll put cameras in their hands.
Ian came to me and he kind of lured me into the Grandin Circle by talking about this film lab idea, which came from his work with the music lab over at the Jefferson Center, and he wanted to transport that to the Grandin.
Dwayne Yancey of the Roanoke Times had written an article about the Virginia High School Film Festival. There were 106 submissions in 2014. Only 3 of the 106 submissions were from west of Charlottesville. And the early ideas about the Grandin Theatre Film Lab was, let's create a program where high school level kids have an opportunity to not only act, but what about the kids that wanted to do sound or editing or directing or writing? And we got grant funding for the beginning of this program, and we hired Tyler and we threw it out there to the community, and we said in our first year we'll take 16 kids, and we filled all 16 slots before we even opened the program. The day that we opened the program, we had outgrown the space that it was in.
One of the first things we did, of course, is to hire Tyler. Probably the best thing that we did.
I started freelancing when I was still in college and worked on, features, music videos, shorts, business videos, everything. And I just wanted something a little more reliable and stable. A friend of mine knew that the theater was looking for somebody to run this new after-school program, the Film Lab. And when I heard more about it, I thought that sounds like a really cool idea. So I don't take any credit for coming up with the idea of Film Lab, but pretty much everything from that point forward, I've had some part in.
Well, I think the program was an immediate sensation from the beginning.
Our first year was the 2016-2017 school year.
My role was not only sort of program oversight and helping Tyler coordinate it, but we're both sort of executive producers. And I learned very quickly what an executive producer was when in the very first year, one of the 4 film teams came to me and said, we need a train. The ceiling of any notion and idea of what this program was going to look like just popped off.
Not safe, must leave, not safe. Stop! Not safe, not safe. The child must leave, not safe. Come back, it's not safe. You must go, not safe, not safe.
One of the first highlights for Film Lab was the first premiere showcase screening we did in May 2017. It was really amazing to see the community come out in full support. We sold out and then some. So to see that many people want to come out and show their support for what these young filmmakers were doing was really meaningful.
I think another film from year one that was really interesting too was Burton. That film, I think, had a lot of resonance with the age group. And we also learned that they weren't here to tell stories about iPhones, and they weren't here to tell stories. They weren't here to tell stories about gossip or makeup or fashion. They were here to tell stories that were really deep and really resonant.
This seat is taken.
Hey, loser. Nice backpack. How long's it been in the family? Are you deaf? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Here you go. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for the help earlier.
Yeah, no problem. Here, let me take that.
Thanks, but you don't have to do that.
It's really no big deal. You know, it's always easier to carry something heavy like this with someone else's help. Sometimes just taking a little bit of weight off can make a huge difference.
One of the Film Lab's biggest fans is Barbara Parker, who came to the nonprofit amidst incredible loss. In 2015, Barbara's daughter, Allison, a WDBJ-7 television reporter, along with her cameraman, Adam Ward, were gunned down while on assignment. Transforming pain into purpose, Barbara and her husband, Andy, founded Allison Foundation, which gives young people the opportunity to find their passion in the arts.
My name is Barbara Parker. I'm from Collinsville, Virginia, and my connection to the Film Lab is when my daughter Allison was killed, we wanted to do something in her memory that was something she would love. And she loved the arts. She was a dancer, and so we started the For Allison Foundation, and we give funding to programs that really give kids arts opportunities they can't get in school. And so when I found about the Film Lab, it was just, this is exactly what we want to do. These are real life skills. We had been to the Grandin Theatre before, but when I really found out about Film Lab and what they were doing, this was 2016, and they put a star out front for Adam and Allison. And I came up when the star was installed and talked to Ian about what they were doing, and he told me about Film Lab, and it was the first year. And we had just started the foundation in Allison's memory, and I thought, wow, this is exactly what we want to do. Because so many organizations in the arts try to do programming in the schools for kids, arts programming, but it might be, sometimes it's a puppet show or a traveling theater troupe or something, and we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that could make a real impact on kids who had a specific interest in the arts. And that's what the Film Lab does. I mean, these kids are motivated to learn life skills that most of the time you'd have to go to college to learn this. And here you've got the Grandin Theatre Film Lab right here that kids can learn about production. One of my favorites was called Minor PIs, and this was from the first season. And it was so cleverly done. I'm drawn to the comedies, that they can be so funny. But everything they did, and it was about two private investigators, and there was a drug deal going down. Well, they had a little bag and it has drugs written across it, and things like that are just hilarious. And they were so clever, and to be that young and write such a completely funny script, I just think it's wonderful.
Hey. What are you doing?
Bro, why do you do this to me?
Hey, you're late too.
All right, whatever, dude. Let's just get there. Yeah, let's go. That's the wrong way, Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you not know how to get out of your own neighborhood?
No, my mom usually takes me. This is weird. All right, come on, let's go.
I don't want to run, Jack.
Come on, dude. This is why you need to stop eating Twinkies. Come on.
I can't.
Hey, hey.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Dude, what happened? I'm so exhausted. All I saw was a blur.
This jerk just cut in front of us.
Jack, where are you going?
I want to see what this guy's deal is.
Dude, don't do something stupid to get the crap beat out of you.
Dude, I've mastered like 5 different martial arts, okay?
Bro, you took like a month of karate when you were 8.
Whatever.
Jack, we gotta go now. Come on.
Nope. Hey, come here. Check us out.
Whoa, at Ryan Bros 7. That's interesting.
What? No, not that. The drug deal that literally just happened in front of your eyes.
Oh, that's what you were showing me?
Yeah.
Dude, I thought you just wanted me to show me the dude's Instagram name.
No, why would I do that?
Oh, my bad.
I think Jacob Ellis was writer, actor, producer for sort of the Ben Stiller type model for minor PIs. And comedy is one of the hardest genres to do because it requires impeccable timing and great writing and adherence to the writing.
Jack, that's the wrong way again.
Michael, I am a man, not a GPS.
Whatever, dude. Yo, dude, that looks just like the car from the drug deal.
Whoa, it is. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I think it is.
It is. See?
Yeah,
Ryan
he's
Bros.
gone. He's
7.
gone.
Dude, he's out. Is that a tarp?
Yeah.
Who has a tarp in the back of their car?
I don't know. Maybe the guy likes tarps.
Yes.
No. Jack. No.
No. Yes. We're getting in this. Like in the movies when they hide in the back, go to the warehouse, the little drug mule warehouse. Oh, get in here. We're hiding.
That's so stupid, Jack.
They do this in the movies.
What?
What is he trying to hide? Smuggling children?
Cover me. Cover me, Jack.
Are you covered?
No.
The tarp's so loud.
Oh, shh. I see his leg.
You see his leg?
I can see his leg.
What ethnicity is he?
I don't know. He's wearing jeans.
Oh, crap.
My name is Mona Raza, and I am the mom of a couple of Film Lab graduates. My son Nabeel joined the first year in 2016 and did it throughout his high school career, and my daughter Zoya also spent 3 years at Film Lab. So Nabeel had written a script about a newspaper that's kind of taken over by a big corporation and a reporter that's kind of investigating something shady and is silenced in the end. And they actually got a real TV reporter in the film cast as a TV reporter and just made it look so real and professional.
A new report shows that waterway pollution has increased in areas where the Milgram Group operates. That report says that the pollution is due to unregulated industrial waste dumping. The report goes on to say that if this continues, the pollution in those areas will increase greatly and it'll become an issue for the community. And that same day where the report was released, the president, David Milgram, released a statement that undermines the credibility of the research and those that report on the study.
Mr. Milgram, do you have a comment on the pollution by Milgram Group?
I have 2 things to say about that. Number 1, it's bad science. Number 2, don't believe any of those individuals. Those reports don't have any backing and there's no rigor.
You know, we got to see that they were working on something, and, you know, sometimes we'd provide snacks or give them rides, but really didn't know what the end product was going to be. So, you know, for the first time you come in expecting something cutesy and amateurish, but then when you come to the premiere, you see these really well-made professional productions, and it's just amazing. It makes you so proud.
Late again, Eb. I know, Mr. Lumpkin. Won't happen again. Hey, who's the boss talking to? Huh?
You were warned about this. You knew the consequences.
This is insane. I am not leaving my company.
Oh, some business type. Probably the people who sign our paychecks. Well, at least for those of us that get paid.
And we attended I think we went to one film festival in DC, and that's wonderful too, because the program will send their films out to festivals. It's kind of, you know, something parents aren't aware of until you get an email saying that your child's film has won something or is being premiered in Australia or something like that.
The day should proceed as normal. I expect the paper to be finalized by 11. As you were. You. Are you doing anything productive?
He never does.
If that's the case, go into the office. Throw away anything that's unimportant. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes, sir.
Nabeel, actually, I credit Film Lab. He got a full scholarship to college, and he said that the committee that was selecting him really only wanted to discuss Film Lab, and so I think Film Lab paid for his college at UVA, so that was a good investment.
So what Film Lab does is give young people a voice to express their stories or stories that they want to tell through film, and I think it's really powerful and really gives something that has not been done in this community before.
My daughter is also at the University of Virginia, and I just see her expressing herself artistically. She definitely has benefited from learning how to do photography and cinematography at Film Lab. She was the cinematographer on, I think, what was my favorite film at Film Lab called Detective Texas Toast.
I'm Heather Millar, and I live in Roanoke, Virginia. I have 2 kids who've been through Film Lab. Ella went to Film Lab for 3 years. She was a student at Patrick Henry High School, and Jack has just finished his first year of Film Lab, and he's so excited to do another year of Film Lab. My favorite film that either of my kids worked on so far is Detective Texas Toast. It's a tongue-in-cheek film noir about a actual piece of toast, like a white bread, sandwich bread piece of toast. And watching how professional these kids are on set was so cool. I really thought it was going to be kind of just a bunch of bumbling kids, but they actually knew what they were doing. They're talking stuff out, and someone's holding some reflective light, and they're setting up their lights and trying shoots out in different ways and working together calmly and respectfully and with humor. I loved being on set with them. I've learned from my kids and watching my kids in Film Lab, and chaperoning some of their shoots where you really get to watch them interact with one another and figure stuff out. That's helped me have more confidence in my job as an adult. I think a lot of people think Film Lab is a movie club. And I would love for people to understand that it's more of a team sport. It's not athletic, but it's really a team building project. So at the premiere, especially for Texas Toast, we were so excited for her, and you know, all of the families are coming to this event, and we're dressed up like, you know, like a red carpet kind of affair, and everybody in the audience is so excited, and it was beyond thrilling when the whole audience laughed in all the right spots, like guffaw belly laugh at the jokes within that movie. It just made me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they really did this. And it came out awesome. And it's not just me that thinks so. This whole room loves this film. And that just made me so proud of all of them.
I've had many mysteries that were tough to crack. I don't think any compare to the mystery I was faced with by Scarlet Winter.
Am I interrupting anything?
I guess not. It's been a long time, Scarlet.
What happened to us?
You know what happened to us. My life isn't suited for romance, and neither's yours. You're a dangerous woman, and I'm a dangerous grain. We can't see each other.
Tex, I don't care if our lives aren't suited for a relationship. I'm tired of waiting. Well, I guess that's how it is. Some man was talking about needing to see you. Sounded serious. Maybe even a little dangerous. See you later, Tex.
What was that all about?
You know, Scarlet. Nothing but trouble. I'm going to the bar. Where's Scotty?
Right here, sir. Cheap paints or busted willies?
Poor Charlie's. It's a matter of business. Make yourself presentable and take necessary protection.
I'm Wendy Schaeffer. I'm the mother of Carter Schaeffer. He's been in film labs all through high school. He graduated last year, and he's actually doing some work with them again this year. It's a wonderful program. For Carter, he has Asperger's syndrome, so he is a little different outside the box. A lot of his ideas and a lot of the ways that he sees life is very different. Before we started Film Lab, he was a little more subdued, and he wouldn't really go out and he wouldn't talk to people a lot and that sort of thing. So yeah, we tried football, we tried all kinds of different things for him, and then it just wasn't his thing. Once we got him into Film Lab, however, he came home one day and he said, you know, I found my people. He's been, I think with Film Lab, he's done about 7 projects. And I think he's even touched some other ones. He's done voices, he's acted, he's written, he's done a lot of things that I would have never expected for someone who at one point in his life couldn't even, you know, like hold a conversation with somebody, couldn't make eye contact with someone. So we're incredibly grateful for that kind of growth with him. But whenever he came home and he was like, I found my people, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it was a light in our hearts and in our lives. And since then, I mean, Tyler's not getting rid of us. Even if Carter moves on, Tyler's gonna still see parts and pieces of us. Hopefully he reaches out.
Craig! Kevin? Think fast! Kevin, I will make this as clear to you as I possibly can. I want nothing to do with you, so please, please, for the love of God, go away.
No can do, bro. It's Saturday. Saturdays are for the boys, Craig. They're always for the boys. Come on, man. I need something to do. Can't have Saturday without the boys. I got some nacho cheese waiting in the microwave just for you, buddy. Let's go.
Kevin, I don't like you. I don't like the boys, and I'm lactose intolerant. I can't eat nachos, Kevin, all right? So just go. Shoo, go. Go away.
You know what, Craig? Fine. Ruin my Saturday. Ruin the vibe. I'm out. Peace. Buckets.
Hi, my name's Reese Robers. I just finished my 3rd year at Film Lab, and I'm going to UVA to major in media studies. One of my favorite Film Lab memories is my first table read, which was for Landlubbers, a very silly film about, it's a pirate rivalry, but they aren't on ships, they're on pickup trucks. And it's very silly, very goofy. But we had the table read for that, which is pretty much when all of your actors come in for the first time and read through the script page by page. And seeing like this very silly words I've written come through the voice of a man who is a professional pirate. But I have these very silly lines that don't really mean much, but when he says it, they just come to life. And same thing with all of the movies I've done. Like, having your actors interact with the work you've done for the first time sort of makes you believe in it if you haven't, like, at that point. Like, they bring it to life and it, like, seems possible.
Arr! I've had it with you, you son of a biscuit eater. Take your crew and get out of this part of the sea. You'll never get our treasure, Cromwell.
Oh, Huckabee. It pains me to see you in such a state of disarray. Your crew won't be able to hold it much longer against us, I'll tell you that.
That's it. Have at 'em, boys.
It's on. Go get 'em, boys.
I've always loved writing, and with filmmaking, directing is also a part of that. So a lot of times people that write their scripts, if their scripts get chosen, they'll also direct it. So that's something that I fell into, and directing is something that I've fallen in love with. I love working with people, especially people that know more about what they're doing than I do. For example, I have 2 of my friends I've known since 3rd grade. They've both loved theater, and they've been in theater since middle school. And I asked them to be the leads in my most recent film, and it was just such a good time because I got to sort of give them little hints as to what I wanted, but they really took away like the blocking and how to interact with each other to make it look realistic, like the expressions and stuff. Like I got to sort of tell them what to do it, but they knew like what to do. Stuff like that. Or my cinematographer, like he has an excellent eye. So it's just sort of like finding the right people who know exactly what they're doing and then being able to work with them to put something together is just awesome. I love it so much.
Dottie has been invited to dinner by a charming young man from her high school. She's laid out her dress for the evening, freshly pressed, and fixed her hair just right. But there's one last thing she simply must do before she's ready to link arms with her dashing Romeo and head out into the night. What could it be? That's it. Very sharp, Dottie. Yes, very good. Now why don't we take a look inside? A needle and thread, essentials for a young woman out on the go. Preparation is key for any loose buttons or bare threads that might unravel over the course of the evening. Good thinking, Dottie. What else can we find in that handbag of yours? A refined fragrance for a fresh floral aura. Blush and lipstick for that charming girlish glow. What a pretty shade. I bet your date will love it. A fine-tooth comb to tackle any pesky flyaway hairs. And Dottie, you silly girl, you've forgotten the final part of your ensemble. All right, I'll give you a hint. Take a look in that drawer of yours. There it is. A sleek dagger for protection. The perfect size to keep hidden from any suspecting onlookers. Now you're all set and ready for your night on the town. We'll see you soon, Dottie. But for now, it's time to see what the gentleman of the hour is up to.
It's just been the most incredible experience for her. This group, it gives you a chance to share something that you don't learn in school, in traditional school, and to work on something together that you wouldn't have in school. It's a fun environment. It's creative. Everybody's ideas are heard.
What fun! The man of the hour is finally here. Go on, Dottie. Invite him in. Oh, come on now. You wouldn't want to make a bad impression, would you? Be a lady, Dottie, and let the gentleman in. Wonderful. And look, Dottie, he's brought you a nice bouquet. Well, go on, Darryl. Give Dottie your lovely flowers. How about it, Dottie? Aren't they beautiful? You are a real gentleman, aren't you, Darryl? Well, isn't that just charming? Two young lovers, lost in each other's eyes. Leaving so fast? But the night's just begun. Dottie, Darryl, chat a bit. Stay a while. Fine, then. I see how it is. Daryl, show Dottie back in. What do I want? Oh, Dottie, it's quite simple. I want someone to watch. I want to see what you do when I do something like this. Daryl. Our Dottie seems awfully eager to leave now, doesn't she? And we don't want that, do we, Daryl? What if Dottie could be here with you forever? Wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't it be just swell? Well, Daryl, there's a simple way to make that happen. You can kill her, right here and now. Don't give me that look, Daryl. Just trust me. She won't be able to move, and she won't be able to leave. She'll stay right here, with you, forever. Now, Dottie, I didn't get you prepared for nothing, did I? Well, don't give up just yet, Daryl. Finish the job. Go on. I think you're doing swell. What? Stop now. Dottie, you silly thing. We're just getting to the good part.
Something I'll always take with me from Film Lab, whether or not I go into the industry, is just caring about people around you. Like, at the beginning of Film Lab, I barely knew the people in my comedy class, and by the end of it, we're all best friends. We all come from different schools. One of us is already in college, and all of us are from a different high school. And we're, like, super close. We talk about everything together, and that was all through film. But part of what made Film Lab work is just that we were able to listen to each other, we were able to work together, and we became super good friends through the end of it all.
I think Reese will continue in her film career in the future. Under Tyler's leadership, she won the NADIS scholarship. That's the people who give the Emmys, for $20,000 to continue in film. She plans to major in film studies and environmental science at the University of Virginia.
So Film Lab movies have been in like 30 or 40 festivals across the world at this point, which is pretty amazing. Some of the more notable ones include the Indie Shorts Film Festival in Indianapolis, the Tallgrass Film Festival in Wichita, Kansas, and the Newport Beach Film Festival in California. We've also got a great relationship with a high school film festival in Australia called Stuff It, and we've also had films play in Europe and Canada.
That includes 8 student production awards from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences.
We've had 3 of those projects go on to compete at the National Student Production Award. It's just really cool to know that people all over the world are getting a chance to see what we're doing here in Roanoke, and I hope that that's really meaningful to our students too.
The culmination of each year's Film Lab is an event called The Showcase. Here, the students receive a red carpet treatment all their own as the films they've been producing all year finally premiere on the Grandin's big screen to a cheering crowd of families and friends.
My name is John Taylor. I'm a rising junior at Hidden Valley High School, and tonight we're at the Film Lab showcase for short films. One of the short films I actually directed is called Perfect.
I am Emerson Verdue, and I am the writer and director of the Lockwood House. I'm an uprising junior at Lord Botetourt High School, and I am excited and nervous for tonight.
My name is Drew Cook, and I'm going to Virginia Western in the fall, and I am very excited to show Fanny Pack to people. I'm excited to see what people think of my writing and me as a director, and it is very exciting for me to be here.
Hi, I'm Reese. I'm going to be going to UVA in the fall, and I have 2 short films premiering here tonight at the Grandin Film Lab premiere.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here at the 2022 Grandin Theatre Film Lab Showcase. Thank you. We're here to celebrate the achievements of our teenage filmmakers here in the Roanoke Valley and the amazing actors and other parents and people that help them do what they do. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the show.
Oh my, this purse is so big.
About to do the first shoot of the perfect film. We got Kenny as Alex. We got my big bro Will as Chris. It's gonna be magnificent. Sound rolling. Camera rolling.
My name is Carter Crouch. I am the director of photography and I'm working on Perfect. We are at the Market Gallery right now. We've got a lot of really good shots today and it'll be a lot of fun to frame those up.
Hi, I'm Alice Black. I'm a producer for Perfect. I knew I had an interest in filmmaking as a medium of artistic expression, but I didn't think I would actually be making a film like this anytime soon. It's been fun to get that experience with people I like being around. I've learned a ton. I've learned how many things go into actually making a film and how much time and effort and skill and experience it takes.
My name is Emerson Perdue, and I'm the writer and director of the Lockwood House.
My name's Indiana Ford, and I'm the editor, and I play Talia in the Lockwood House. There is a lot of behind-the-scenes work that I don't think anyone realizes until they get super up close and personal. And two, that you have to have a lot of hands on deck and everyone working and wanting to be there. Being able to create something and go back in time, or to go back to something that you didn't personally get to experience and create that is just the whole reason why film is one of my loves.
If you've never heard of Film Lab, really it's not what I expected. I just expected
watching movies.
Watching movie, just filming a movie, and it's very stressful and it's hard, but it's just you feel so good about yourself, and you're wow, I can create this big picture, and it's just crazy to see the outcome of it. And also you can meet amazing people, because I wouldn't have met Indiana if I wouldn't have gotten into Film Lab. You meet so many new people that have different opinions, and you can see their view of filming, and then you all come together to make a crazy fun movie.
Okay.
Actually say it this
Wow.
time.
I'm going to.
You say wow.
My name's Kent Turner and I'm the producer for Fanny Pack. Fanny Pack is basically the story of a daytime TV show talk show host who runs into trouble with gambling. She seeks to brainwash her audience into believing that there's a fake charity, and then she takes all the profits from the charity. I really enjoyed just meeting the cast for the first time during our table read. I just got like a lot of good energy, and it was really cool to see the chemistry and everyone play off of each other. One of the earliest things we had to really work out as far as production goes is just finding the look for the film we want, especially with costuming, because all of our characters in the film are pretty eccentric, and so we really wanted to highlight that with the way that they look in the film. I've really enjoyed my time at Film Lab. I think it's a really great opportunity to meet with other student filmmakers, and I've learned a lot about just how to function properly as a team toward a common goal.
This is a video.
My name is Drew Cook, and I am the director. And we are shooting for Fanny Pack. We're shooting the backroom card game scene, and we're making art. I am a senior in high school, but I feel like a senior citizen.
How many years have you done Film Lab?
I've done it for 3 long, wonderful years. Film Lab has given me the opportunity to express my vision and my art, and to make a grand group and gaggle of friends the entire way through, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. This is a video. Oh, is this a video?
It's always been a video.
Hit the slay button.
My name is Otto Tyler, and I'm doing DP for this film. So this is the very first scene. This is when our main character Dottie gets introduced. I think it's fun. I like being able to look for compositions and being able to just use my creative imagination. Especially with this film being black and white, it's been a lot of fun trying to go for more of a 50s vibe.
My name's Reese Rovers, and I'm the director of How to Survive Your First Dates.
And currently, what does directing look like?
It means ironing this dress so that it's consistent with the script. It's something like outside of my comfort zone of like the past few movies I've done, which has just been like goofy movies, and those are all good and fun. But I wanted to try something a bit more serious and something that was like a more interesting genre. I really like all kinds of art, like I do drawing and band and stuff, but filmmaking like has a specific collaborative nature that I really enjoy. Like you cannot make a film all by yourself, even if you do a lot to do it. Like you need people to help, and you need people to help that care. I think Film Lab is like one of the truly like unique experiences you can get, especially for like high school age, because I mean you can join all kinds of clubs, but you're not getting like a as intense of an education on like how to make films and stuff. I hope everyone enjoys it, because I enjoyed making it.
Whenever you come in and you see those kids, there's a red carpet. We sat there and watched every film in awe. I was so shocked by the quality. You know, it's just that all of it looks so professional that it was crazy to believe that, you know, there were 15, 16-year-olds that were the ones who were creating this. You just know that this is something that it's gonna make a difference in that kid's life. So it's cool whenever you see them that they, you know, their name goes up, and that's really neat, and you start seeing movies a different way, because now I'm looking at every single name knowing that there's a mom out there that wants, you know, that's seeing their kid's name go up. So you see the films completely different now.
To watch kids grow, to watch them find their people, to watch them develop life skills that are crucial.
Okay, so we just had the showcase. It was beautiful. There's a lot of rising stars here in Roanoke. You know, a lot of talented filmmakers, actors, writers. You know, it was a beautiful showcase, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
To watch them create products that are not only validated by themselves and their families and friends, but go out into the entire world.
Tonight went really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. When I got up to do the interview, I could not stop talking because I just love seeing everything come together, and I cannot wait to do it again next year.
To watch them use Film Lab on their college applications, to watch them excel and get accepted into Savannah College of Arts and Design, to UVA, to VCU, to UNC School of Art, to University of Southern California Film School.
The premiere was better than I expected. The movie did so well, and I am just excited for it to see what it can do in the world.
And then follow them as they'll continue to grow and become professionals in this industry is, I can't think of a better usage of my time.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was so nice to be able to show my film in front of a whole bunch of people. I mean, the whole front row was packed full of my friends that I invited. I loved getting their input on it. But yeah, I mean, they've heard me talk about it. I've talked their ear off about all of the stuff I've been doing for the past year. So it's amazing to be able to see everything on screen and everybody to see what I've been doing.
These kids are incredibly talented, and we've got to give them that opportunity. To have the Grandin Theatre Film Lab, who gives them that opportunity outside of college, I think we've got to support that.
If your child has an opportunity to do this, then definitely I would recommend it 100%.
You don't understand until you see the end result. You have no idea of how amazing your kid is going to be. I mean, it's just awesome.